Hi everyone, this is Bronislava for HandMadeRukodelky. I am taking classes in college, so for a while I will be making only very short videos, and this is one of them. In this video I will show you how I hold my double pointed needles, and I will show it to you in Continental style and also in English style. So let me explain first what I have done so far. I have a video how you cast on double pointed needles, and this is my number 2 version how I did it, which means that first I cast it on one needle and then I made one row, and let me show it to you over here. So this is when you see you have 1, 2, 3 rows in here. So this is my cast on row. Then I knitted entire row on with 2 needles only. Then after I was finished with this row, I distributed my needles, all 4 needles. You can use 4 or 3, okay? I chose to do 4 just to show you how I do it, and then I will show you also 3 needle work, okay? So at the moment we're working with 4 needles. So I distributed it and I knitted entire row, and now I am at third row. So first row was knitted on 1 needle, second row was knitted using 4 needles, okay? And now let me go and show you how I hold my really needles when I'm working with double pointed needles, because some of you are probably discouraged knitting on double pointed needles. So first of all, I always have my needle that I will be using the stitches, or knitting the stitches, which is this needle, is always above my next needle. Okay, then this needle is going to be above this needle. Then this needle, when I will work with this needle, is again above the next needle. Okay, so that's number 1 rule. So when I start working, I always go with this needle below the one that I finished last. So it's going to be here. So this needle will end up above this needle, okay? And I will just knit my stitch and ignore it for now. When I make about 2 or 3 stitches, okay, you see this is, for now it's working out. I'm ignoring this needle and I'm ignoring this needle. Now I'm starting to have more stitches, so what I do is I move my fingers like this. 2 of these fingers go over this needle and these stay back, okay? So this needle basically gets into my cup, into my hand cup, okay? You see, this is how I hold it, and I continue knitting. So this needle I totally ignore just by having these 2 fingers placed over this needle, and these are still holding the needle, okay? The working needle. Okay, now I'm finished. This needle goes over this needle, and I continue knitting. Now again, I'm ignoring this and I go with this needle under this needle, okay? And I just start knitting here. Look at that. You see that needle is completely away, we don't worry about it. Okay, so we will do couple stitches here, and when I have too many stitches, I move my fingers over that needle and I keep knitting. Alright, you see, I just keep knitting. Now I'm finished, and I keep this needle that I just finished over the first, the next needle, the second needle, okay? So it's always like that, that this needle, when I'm starting, is below the needle that I finished with. Okay, and look at this. Now I push my needle down a little bit. It's very hot today, so it's hard to knit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna go and move my fingers and keep knitting while I am totally ignoring the needle over here. Okay, the next needle, I ignore it. Okay, now let's go and look at it if we would go and knit the English style. Okay, let me move my yarn to the other side, and we will just do, again, I will go under this needle with this needle, the knitting needle. I will ignore this needle and I will just do, okay, I wrap my needle this way and I will make my stitch, and I ignore this needle, I go around it, wrap my yarn around and make my stitch. Okay, totally ignore this, totally ignore this one. Actually this needle is kind of like between, again, between, in the middle, between my 4 fingers, right there, you see it? Okay, so I wrap my yarn, hold my needle and yarn and push it. Some people have it wrapped around this way, so you just go and make your stitch by wrapping yarn and pulling it through. And again, now that I have more stitches in here, this needle gets between my fingers here. You see, I kind of split my fingers like this. Right there, and just keep knitting. And then this one also, it goes between these 2 fingers here. Does it make sense? Okay, I'm kind of totally ignoring. You see, now I don't even have the needle between my fingers because I'm at the end. So just keep thinking how you would approach this and make it very easy on you. Hopefully this is going to help you out. See, right now I ignore that needle because I don't have any stitches in there, not that many yet, and now it's getting to the point where I'm starting to have more stitches, so the needle goes between my middle finger and ring finger, right? And so in here the same thing, between the middle finger and ring finger, this needle, the one that we don't work with, okay? And the same thing, we don't work with this one, we don't work with this one, so they're kind of in between my fingers. If you are a beginner, perhaps you really don't want to work with metal needles. You want to get yourself bamboo needles, because metal needles are very slippery. I know they're cheaper, but they are really slippery. As you see, I have distributed my stitches among 3 double-pointed needles, and again it will be exactly the same. When you will be starting, knitting, this needle is gonna be below the last needle, but it's gonna be on this side above the next needle that you will be working with. Okay, can you see it? So it's below this end is below the last needle, this end is above the next needle. So it's exactly the same like working with 4 needles. And you just will start knitting. See, I'm ignoring it, and this is my English style. I studied with English style, and as I am starting to have more stitches, these 2 fingers will move on. They will move over this needle. Okay, they'll just go over it, and these will stay back behind this needle. Okay, see, look, just the same way. That's how I hold my needle. You see? And then when I'm finished, I will do the same again with the next needle. Okay, so here I'm finished. Okay, so this needle is below this in here, this one is above the next needle, and again I'm starting with this needle that is below the last needle. Okay, I take my next empty working needle that I will start, and then I just go and wrap my yarn around. You see? Wrap, and now we're starting to have our 2 fingers over here when we need to pull the yarn through, and these are still back. So this needle that we're not working with is between my fingers, and this one also is between my fingers in the middle. Okay, and let me show it to you now, the Continental style. And like I said before, okay, it's just the same way. You see, I have that needle that I'm not working with, that is gonna be our next, between these 2 fingers, between middle finger and my ring finger, and the same thing in here. This one that I'm not working with is between my fingers, and I just do my thing, and these are over here already. Okay, now this has to go over this one has to stay below this end that I just finished. You see, and we will start working. I'm totally ignoring it, it's on the top at the moment. Okay, and when I get more stitches, my fingers move over it and gets in between my fingers, this needle, and that's it. That's how I knit with my double pointed needles. Okay, I hope this helped you. I thank you very much, everybody that are contributing with your very interesting inputs in my in comments. It's fabulous. I really love my crowd and my fans that are wonderful, and some of you also share your experiences. That's great. And many of you are starting to send me what you have knitted along with my videos, which is even more fabulous. Okay, so thank you very much again for watching and subscribing, and I will see you another time. buddy? Are you hot? Yes, you are. You don't like me to videotape you? You don't like to look at me when I'm videotaping you? Yoda, look at me. Wow. Yes, look at me. Yes, you don't like this thing in your face, do you? But you're so cute. You are so cute.